Hi, Amy of Fashion Toppings here. Gonna do a car vlog today. We have only 3 weeks left of the semester, and this is the first car vlog I've done all semester. So I did a video this morning before we left for school, which was my Lulu Silk review of the pillowcases. Love them. And so I have 4 hours 4 hours to drive around town and be in my car because my son, his school, for those of you who don't follow my vlogs, his school is an hour from our house, and so I don't get to drive back home after I take him to school. I gotta sit up in his town until he's done so I can bring him back home. So just gonna do a little vlog today and do a little catching up. First of all, Nutrisystem is going really well. I weighed in this morning and I'm down 12, almost 13 pounds. Depends on if I weigh myself in the morning or at night. But if I weigh myself in the morning, I'm down 13 pounds. So I'm really excited about that because I went shopping. I'm gonna do a little shopping haul, hopefully this weekend. I went to Walmart and kind of just set up why I was shopping at Walmart. My husband decided that he was going to stain all the decks, and it was a beautiful day out. He's like, well, I'm just gonna spray the stain on the deck and get it done quicker. And this was for the guest house. A big wind picked up and it sprayed. His spray, he didn't realize, had taken it around the house and it got all over his truck. And my husband's truck is like his, fourth child. And so he actually, or third child, I was considering myself was one of the children. It got all over his truck. And so the stain was everywhere. Windshield, his front end, everywhere. And so I took it to 2 different car washes. One worked on it for an hour. They said they couldn't fix it. They sent us to another car wash that would have the right chemicals. Went to that one and they said it was gonna be 3 hours. And so I shared a parking lot with a Walmart. So I'm like, okay, I'll go walk Walmart for 3 hours. The workers are probably wondering, who's this sketchy lady that's been just walking up and down the aisles for like the last 2 hours. But, I've looked at Walmart's clothes before as far as flannel shirts and for DIY projects because the price is so reasonable. And I haven't really, sifted through all of the racks. And I was shocked at the quality of the clothes. I'm wearing the whole outfit from Walmart right now. These shirts, it's the t-shirts, it's the bouncy fabric like I get at Dress Up Boutique. They're $7. And they're not like a plain cotton t-shirt. These are that bouncy thin fabric that I love so much. Got a bunch of those. They're jean shorts. I was surprised. I got these like Levi shorts. I'm wearing them now too. And they're extremely stretchy, but those were only 15 bucks. I got a sundress that was also this bouncy fabric, sleeveless, $9. I couldn't believe the prices. So I got a bunch of clothes. So needless to say, I went back to the car wash and it was the end of the day. I ended up sitting there for another hour and they pulled it outside. They thought they were done. They pulled it outside. As soon as the sunlight hit it, they could still see on all the chrome, the stain, the spray stain. And so they said, well, we're closing now, so you're gonna have to bring it back in the morning and we'll finish in the morning. So I brought it back the next day. I sat in their lobby for 5 hours. They had to keep putting this clay on it and then buffing it out, seeing if it was done. I'm sorry about the traffic noise, it's hot. I didn't want to have my car running because then you hear my car, car noise, but trucks keep driving by. But, so I was at the car wash for total, sitting in car washes in 2 days, a total of 9 hours of sitting in the lobby of a car wash. Can you believe that? And, I would have had my son come pick me up and take me someplace, but he had a little fender bender with his new car. We just bought him a new car in November. He rear-ended somebody in a parking lot. Yes, it was his fault because he was driving too close, but the front driver, she went to pull out onto a street and then she kind of panicked and then she slammed on her brakes. And this is a school parking lot, so a lot of inexperienced drivers. She slammed on her brakes and then my son thought she had gone, and when he was looking for traffic, then he rear-ended her. And so we got his car fixed, but I didn't want him driving through a Walmart parking lot with all the crazy drivers in Walmart parking lots. I mean, there's so many cars there, and people don't really follow the appropriate driving rules when you're in a Walmart parking lot. And that's pretty much most large parking lots, so I'm not just, you know, pointing out just Walmart. But I didn't want to pick me up, so I sat there, like I said, almost 9 hours between 2 days. And I couldn't believe the number of rude people. It was hilarious. So I'm sitting there, and it's just a bench, no back to the bench. It's just a wall. So you only have a cushion underneath your ass and no place else. But I had to select this one spot so that I could plug in my laptop. There's no Wi-Fi there, so you know, so I can play solitaire or I can watch a movie. And I didn't have much downloaded on my computer, so I had to watch New in Town, you know, twice. But I had to be by an outlet so I could keep my laptop charged. And this lady comes next to me. And granted, she's only going to be there, she's getting her card detailed, she's probably going to be there 45 minutes. Not the number of hours I was going to be there. And her and her husband, so she lays down on the bench next to me with her head in her husband's lap, and she takes off her shoes, because she's not wearing any socks, she says little slip-ons, thinking that she's being polite not to put her shoes on the bench. She put her bare feet right next to me. And I was like, looking down, I was like, so grossed out. And her feet smelled sour because she had been wearing no socks inside of flats and she must have been sweating or whatever. Her feet smelled sour and she kept her smelly feet, I mean, like this far from touching me. And it was just nasty. And I was in such a bad mood because I had been sitting there, my back was hurting. I'm in a car all week. Last thing I wanted to do is sit at a car wash for that many hours. And then the guy across from her takes a phone call, and it's on FaceTime, and he's FaceTiming somebody on speaker. Now that is one of my pet peeves, is if you're out in public, granted, there's so many things you can do on your phone because they're tapped into the internet and you can watch YouTube, but no one else wants to listen to whatever video you're watching, whatever commercial you're watching, whatever phone call you're on. When you're in public, just don't put it on a speaker. Put a headset in. Be polite. So it was awkward because since he was on FaceTime, he actually turned his camera around and showed everybody in the car wash to whoever it is he was talking to. And I was just like, oh, maybe it's just because I was grumpy that day because I had to sit there for so long. But I sit there and, was thinking, I would feel, one, embarrassed. I get embarrassed when I'm on my phone and I'm going through Facebook and I accidentally tap on a video and all of a sudden there's volume. I'm like, trying to turn it off because I don't want to upset anybody. But this guy, this is literally almost a 45-minute long phone call. He's on FaceTime for everybody to hear. And then I had the stinky feet next to me. And so I was watching, just people watching, because I mean, I can only watch my movies so many times, and I finished my book while I was there. I was running out of things to do. And you can only play so many games of solitaire, and I needed to save the battery life of my phone, so so I was people watching. I like to people watch. So I just sat there and watched people and how they interacted, but I couldn't believe the rudeness of the no headsets, you're using the speakers, and the lady with the bare feet next to me. I mean, maybe it's just me, I just can't stand other people's feet. But she had them right up next to me. And I probably wouldn't have, I could have ignored it if it wasn't for the fact that they smelled sour. So bad. And she didn't think anything of it, that she was throwing her feet up by me while she has her head in her husband's lap. So I did some shopping, and then, so I don't even know how I got on this little rabbit tail. Jenny from 5Js, I'm pulling your little rabbit trail thing. But with the Nutrisystem is where I started off at. So losing the weight, I'm starting to find like my jeans that, my newest jeans I had bought before I lost any weight are big on me now. And so I actually bought the shorts I'm wearing. I got those in the Mrs. section, which I would never go to the Mrs. section. It's kind of like juniors. I always go to the women's section. And so I'm absolutely loving this diet right now. I don't miss my bread. I'm not tempted to have French fries. It's been great. I really love the Nutrisystem, I have to say. It might not work for all, but it definitely is something that's working for me, and I'm enjoying it. So that is the best part. I don't feel lethargic. And I did a thing called Ideal Protein, and I lost a lot of weight on that many years ago. But I always felt, for the first 2 weeks, I felt lethargic. I felt tired. I felt grumpy because you ate the same things all the time, and it just, you always felt like you're constantly eating healthy and you never got to treat yourself. And at least with Nutrisystem, I'm still getting to treat myself. I still get to have my ice cream sandwiches and that kind of stuff. So I really love the diet, and I can't wait to find out what my cholesterol is gonna be. I think I go back in 2 more months to get my cholesterol checked. I've been on Lipitor now almost a month, and I think it has been a month. But I had, my stress test came back good, my echo came back good, and my cardio calcium artery CT scan, I'm not sure the full name of it, all came back good. Granted, the doctors didn't tell me, you know, when you plan this ahead is so that they can submit it through your insurance, and then, you know, then you go. Yeah, and my insurance didn't pay any of it, so I've got like, you know, $600 in medical bills just to be told I'm healthy. But I'm happy that all my tests came back good. And I don't know if I told you the experience that I had with my doctor, which is gonna be no longer my doctor here in a little bit. I can't remember if I told you in my last vlog when I was telling you about my scares with my heart. The lady was just so mean to me. She had me in tears. I went in to get a physical, and the thing is that I don't like to have the female physical done by man. I want a female doctor, and my female doctor left my office. She's not there anymore, and at the OBGYN. So I figured, well, one-stop shopping, I will go to my regular doctor, doctor's office. She's and you know, she's a female, so I can just get my physical, my OB physical there. And I mean, you know, the PAP, they're just checking for cervical cancer, big deal. You know, they can do it. They can do it at family practice. And I was getting my cholesterol checked. I had the concerns about my chest pains. And so I figured one-stop shopping, I'd get it all done in one spot. And she just tore me apart. I got there, and the first thing she said is, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "I'm here to get my physical." And she's like, "Why are you at an OB?" I'm like, "Because my female OB left and there's only men left at the office." And then she just, right and left, you know, asking about, you know, if I was taking my anti-anxiety meds. I said, no, I decided not to take them. And she says, "Why did you decide for yourself if you're not gonna take them?" And I'm like, "Because I decided I could handle the stress of the house on my own." And that was when we were building the house, and I was having panic attacks and anxiety attacks. And she says, like, you know, she goes, "I'm gonna ask you again, why didn't you take them?" And I said, "Well, I went on YouTube and I saw a lot of people, it took a long time for it to kick in. Our house was gonna be done by the time it probably would have kicked in. And there was a lot of, you know, side effects that I didn't want to have to deal with, or take the risk that I would have those side effects." And she goes, "Oh, so why are you trusting YouTube? You know those YouTubers do nothing but complain about everything. They're only gonna tell you the bad. They're not gonna tell you the good. You can't trust a YouTuber." And I'm like, I'm one of them, and I tell the good and I tell the bad. And so I'm switching doctors. Her bedside manner, you know, at the end of the visit, I never got my physical because she was so snotty, and she's like, "Fine, get up on the table." And she goes, "But I'm still gonna send you an OBGYN. You shouldn't be here. If you're a woman who went into menopause as early as you did, you shouldn't be here. You should be an OB." I wasn't getting hormones from her, I was just asking for my physical. And I said, "Well, if you're gonna still send me there, then why am I here?" And she goes, "Okay, well then we're done here." Put down the tools and walked out. I was like, so I'm changing doctors. It was a traumatic experiment. She had me in tears. She even said, she goes, "Well, how are you handling your stress?" While she had me crying because she was making me feel like shit. And then while I was crying, she turned around and she even said, she goes, "Oh, so how are you handling your stress then?" As I'm crying. And I'm like, "I'm handling my stress just fine." She goes, "Oh, you are." I wanted to bitch slap her so bad. And I'm sorry for swearing, but definitely getting a new doctor. Definitely getting a new doctor. This lady, she's kind of like a puppy mill. This office, they prescribe drugs for everything. I don't take meds unless I absolutely have to. And I just don't like, you know, every solution is, here's a drug, here's a drug, oh, here's another drug. No, I'm not gonna take them all. So I think I might have covered that in another vlog, so I don't want to go too far into it. what else is going on? I spent the weekend landscaping. I'll take some pictures of the front of our house. I got a bunch of plants planted, my husband and I did, and we got, we put out black mulch, and I love black mulch, you know, because it just kind of pops versus just doing the brown. It pops, especially since our house is gray and with black accents and, you know, all the stonework. It turned out really nice. I'm really happy with it. We still have a lot more to do, but I'm really happy with it. And I don't know if you noticed, I got a new car. I got red seats now. I just couldn't share a car with my son anymore. We had bought him his new car, and I had sold my car, and I was gonna drive his car until he got his license, so we didn't have so many cars. And it got to the point where I was driving an hour away to take one son to school. I'd have to drive an hour back to drive my youngest son 7 miles home, and then turn around and drive back up an hour drive back up to college to pick up my other one. It got to the point where I was living in the car. I was putting on 2 to 3 hours of driving a day, and I just couldn't do it anymore. And so I turned around and told my husband, I said, that's it. The car is his. He's got his license now. I'm getting my own car. And so I went and got my car, and so now it's nice. I have something that's mine that I can leave my stuff in. My son hated the fact of when I left like a spare sweatshirt in the back, my gym bag and all that kind of stuff. You know, when he was driving around with his friends, he didn't want a girl's gym bag in the back, and I always left my Starbucks cups in the drink cup holder, and he'd have to always clean them out. And then I'd always change all the mirrors and change the seats, and then he'd have to change them back. So yeah, I'm so happy to have my own car now, and that's one of the reasons it's a lot easier to do vlogs, because now I just keep my camera in the car with me, and before I'd always forget to bring it with me, and I was in his car. So yeah, and thank goodness with his accident though, the only thing that happened, he scratched his front end and his blinker got knocked loose, and so I had to have his whole bumper removed to have a new blinker thing fixed in it, and then they put the bumper back on, and it's fine. We're just waiting for the estimate on the girl that he rear-ended, because she drove a Nissan Rogue, and she's got a big dent in her bumper. So I think we just have to buy her a new bumper. I'm hoping, I'm praying. I don't want this to be an expensive event, because I don't know if I want to turn it into the insurance. I've already talked to the insurance, but I don't know if I want to turn it into the insurance, have my insurance go up, if it's just more financially feasible to just pay to have someone's bumper fixed versus turn it into the insurance and having your insurance go up high, because he is a teenager. He's only had his license 6 months. And of course I was an hour away when he rear-ended somebody, and my husband was in Nashville on business. And yeah, so I get that phone call, Mom, and a little accident. Of course, I can't get there. He is alone, you know, and having to deal with all this. Thank goodness the person that he got in an accident with, the other student, her mom showed up, and she was just a sweetheart. Just, you know, was so nice to my son. And, you know, she even told me she said a prayer for him that night. And I hate to say this, but if he's gonna get in an accident, he picked the best person to have an accident with, because this lady was just a genuine sweetheart. You know, when you leave a teenager and they you know, they're in an accident, their parent isn't there, they don't know what's going on, they're scared. She, you know, she kind of comforted him as if I was there, and I couldn't have been more happy with, you know, that whole experience. Hopefully it continues that way through the rest of this process. But I'm trying to think of what else has been going on. Oh, and I got my rug in for my patio set. I'll insert a picture. I got that rug. One of my subscribers, I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. She said go to wayfair.com. So I went to wayfair.com on her suggestion, and they had a lot of selection of rugs, and there was a lot of options there. But I didn't find the exact one that I was looking for at the price point that I was willing to spend, because this thing's gonna get ruined. It's outside. There's no sun protection to it. And I ended up going to overstock.com, and I got this rug, and I think it was only like $39 on sale, and then they shipped it. I had it within 5 days. And some people complained about the smell of the rugs they got from overstock.com. It smelled fine. I smelled it. I actually opened it and sniffed it, and no, it smells fine. There wasn't any problem with it. No wrinkling, that type of stuff. But I just got this one. It's just, I bought it basically because the fabric it's made out of is gonna drain water very easily. It's not gonna get heavy and soggy when it rains. It's kind of a wood texture, like a wicker texture. I don't know, like a burlap. Maybe like more like a burlap texture. So it's got a lot of breathability, so the rain and it's not gonna get moldy. But I got the rug up there and the patio set out there, so now I get to enjoy my coffee out there in the mornings. I absolutely love it. And I'm gonna do an estate sale haul for you too, because I've been estate sailing and I've gotten a lot of stuff. And it's a lot of furniture for the house. I've got an outdoor wicker patio set for my son for his patio. I've gotten a beautiful lamp. I've gotten more quilts, of course. And I've not enough beds for the amount of quilts I keep on purchasing. And I've gotten, I'm trying to think what all I've gotten. Bar stools for when we finish the basement. I got some pictures from my son's room, more animal prints and that type of stuff, so I'll show that on the next haul, and I'm excited about all of those. But that's about it. I just wanted to check in with you guys and see. I keep on looking at how terrible my hair looks. Look at how long it is. It is, I no longer have that shaved side is completely grown out. It is dark, and it needs to be colored. You can see all this light stuff is growing out from being colored. This is my natural color now. I don't know what it is. The older I get, the darker my hair is coming in. When I was growing up, my hair was like yellow, blonde yellow. And all through high school, my hair was blonde. And then I didn't start coloring my hair until I went to college. And, but I was always blonde. But the older I get, I mean, look at how dark this is. The older I get, and this is not colored because this is, well, here, get to my roots. You can see that, that's my roots. The older I get, the darker my hair is getting, and I'm due for a haircut, I'm due for a color. Just haven't, just scheduled the time in to do it. Just been going to the gym. When my son's at school today, I didn't go to the gym. That's one reason I'm vlogging too. My plantar fasciitis, I overdid it yesterday on the treadmill. Oh, more trucks. I overdid it on the treadmill, and so my right foot is really bothering me, so I wanted to give it a day's break. But, you know, going to the gym while my son's at school, doing my treadmill and doing a few weights. I'm not much of a, you know, weightlifter. I love to lift weights if I have a weightlifting partner. But when you're lifting weights by yourself, it's just really hard to stay motivated, and it's really boring. So, but that's about it. I can't think of anything else. I know there was there was something I wanted to bring up in my vlog, which is the whole reason I was going to do the vlog. But I can't think of what it is. That's part of getting old. I keep on forgetting things. Okay, I wanted to add to the vlog real quick. I stopped in at Cherokee Rose and I got some good deals. I just want to show you a couple things. And I'll save my favorite for last. First of all, I lucked out. When I go shopping at Cherokee Rose, I always check out their tennis shoes. Because the last time I got tennis shoes there, they were practically brand new, and I used them for almost a year, and I paid next to nothing for them, and they're almost brand new. I think someone probably bought them on clearance and ordered them, just like I've done on a lot of stuff I sold at Cherokee Rose. I bought it on clearance, you can't return it, you ordered it online, and then you're stuck with it. So I think someone must have done that with these, because they're the same size. No, one's a half size bigger than the other. But I got tennis shoes, and I literally paid next to nothing for them. So I want to show you the first pair. Okay, the first pair is these. Are those not cute? They are Asics. I love the colors. Look at that. Look at the inside. And then the bottom. So they're like brand new. And the sticker price, she was selling them for $34.99. And they're a size 9 because I have a big foot. $34.99, and then she gave me 25% off. So I got this pair first. Love them. Then I got another pair that's a half size bigger, which is a 9.5. Let me see, yeah, 9.5. And I got these. And this brand is Brooks. I had to look for the logo. Brooks, and it's called the Heel Cradle GTS. But those are cute. Look at that. Once again, damn near brand new. and I just put new insoles in them. But these I got for, these were really $14.99 plus 25% off, and look at that. They're like hardly used at all. And so I got a really good deal on those too. So I got 2 pairs of tennis shoes. Then I'm holding the camera with one arm because I'm in the hatchback of my car in a parking lot with cars driving by. And then I got this shirt for $2.50. And the brand is Cezanne. I don't know. I've never heard of it, but I got it for $2.50. And it's just, it's like a chiffon, look at the print on that, tunic. And I'll take a picture of it. But look at the bright, bold colors for summer with black shorts, my white shorts, denim shorts, any kind of shorts. But I got this shirt. Is it just a tunic? And you can see the neckline right there in the middle. It's just a V-neck with a small little collar trim around it. But $2.50, and I'll take a picture of it. It is so cute. Loved it. And last but not least, I do not need any more hats, but this was 9 West. I'm making noise with the bag. This was 9 West, and it was $8.99. And I believe she gave me 25% off it too. But I got this cute, and it's 9 West, and it has this like little leather band around it. And for work, the glasses look terrible with it, but for working out in the yard, or just for those boho days with the little boho maxi dress, or any of my little crocheted sweater vests, and it's really soft. I mean, it is so floppy and soft. It's not stiff whatsoever. So I absolutely love this. So I want to share these with you. It was $8.99 plus 25% off. So it got 2 pairs of shoes, a shirt, and a hat. And then I had a credit there because I'm selling some of my sundresses that are strapless, and I just don't want my bra fat. I won't wear them again because of that. And some of them are brand new that I got at Altered State and just never worn because I gained the weight. But now I'm starting to lose the weight, so I kind of regret selling them. But I actually had a $10 credit at the store, so I took $10 off of my purchase. I ended up spending a total, I think it was $24, and I got all of that stuff at Cherokee Rose. So I love, love, love that store. I always have to go in whenever I have some spare time, and Alex, who owns it, is just a sweetheart. But okay, well, that is the end of the vlog. I just wanted to show you some of the few things I picked up after I got done talking to you a minute ago, and got some great deals. So, okay, well, this is Amy with Fashion Toppings. Until next time, you have a great day.